Anyways, I know we're starting early today, but I have a guest with me, and I'm trying to show my guests what's Gucci. You feel me?
My brother, how you doing?
What's up, Dala Diablo?
It's
What's up,
formerly
Dala?
known as the artist formerly known
I'm
as
chilling,
Super
bro. How are
Somali.
you?
I'm good, bro. Um,
Okay, so that's how I remember your name.
yeah,
Yeah.
HRU means how are you doing
Go
though?
ahead.
How are you?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, my
Those
brother.
little acronyms, bro. I'm
Yeah.
a millennial. You feel me? Like a
How
late.
you been though, my brother?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
That's good, that's
I'm,
good.
I'm dealing with a lot of yeah. I'm dealing with a lot of personal things, but I'm trying to come up here and just like relate.
Anything I
Just,
can help you with, my bro?
I mean, not necessarily with what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with landlord issues right now. You feel me? But
Landlord
I got it.
issues.
I got it. Bro. I got my receipts. I got everything covered. You feel me?
What's going on though?
I have a dirty slumlord. Someone that took my advance pay and wants to kick me out.
Oh, sorry
But
to
they're
hear.
caught up. It's okay.
There's con artist landlords like that.
Of course there is. Yeah, yeah. So everything that I've been built for, inshallah, that I got court next week. I
Mhm.
got the receipts. You feel me? I'm not worried. I'm not worried, brother. But I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But what's going on in your realm? What's going on in your realm?
Nothing much. Just have a family night. I don't usually go out on any day of the week unless like me and my wife go on like an event. So I'm just homebody, just chilling, listening to music, kick back, and just watching your live, my brother.
No, no doubt. No doubt. What made you change your name to Dallas
Uh, from
Diablo?
well, that is my like actual like tag name, my title for like years. Part of my art name. Also part of like my gamer tag, like my old school tag, So
Right.
sometimes like I want to get to that energy instead of like the super Somali or positive guy, cool guy energy. Sometimes I need to tap into that Dala Diablo.
Yeah, facts, bro. I'm Mexican, so I know all about the Diablo.
Okay, ¿cómo está? ¿Bien?
Muy bien, ¿y usted?
Ah, bien, bien.
Es,
Amigo,
es amigo, papá. So,
compadre.
compadre, yeah, primo, ¿verdad? We don't have to go with compadre because compadre means that you have to. It means that you're relating me through marriage.
Oh, okay, okay. My fault. I'm still learning Spanish.
No, I hear you. I got you, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yo, what's the topic for this fine evening, my brother?
Look at Donald Trump and look at the pet he has. You know what I mean?
All
Do you
right.
want? Do you
Is that
want?
Tariq Nasheed?
Yo, Dallas, you can answer one of the questions on the prompt. Yes, that's Tyreek Nasheed. That's a Rottweiler, right? He needs to be tethered
Definitely.
to. He needs to be tethered to his master, and who is his master? Donald Trump, right?
Donald
So,
Trump. Right?
I'm here to talk to people that are obsessed with defending Tyreek Nasheed. That's why I'm here.
Well, I can't defend him at all.
No, no. So I'm waiting for the people that can. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know, I know, I know. I'm just saying, like, if me and you agree a lot, there's not going to be any controversy on your live. So you need people
No,
that
not
disagree
at
with you.
all. Not at all. I need my people with me, whatever we can agree on. But anybody that is gonna vouch for Tariq Nasheed or FBA, I don't have too much problems with the FBAs. The ones that I can relate to, but the ones I can't to, you know, are the people that are picking up all the xenophobia, all that bullshit. So I'm here for that. I got all the time for that. You hear me?
Yo, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I draw the line in the sand if they're black FBAs. I mean, sorry, black MAGAs or FBA MAGAs. That's where I draw.
Yeah, fuck them people. F1, F1.
F1 fruits in the comments again. Somali, super Somali. I don't want to scare them off as well. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna drop down and I'm gonna watch and let you invite people.
Stay up, bro. Oh my god, stay up, bro. It's not a big deal. All right, I ain't here to scare people away.
I'm scaring everybody away.
I know I'm scaring everybody away. Nah, Super Somali. You already know how I get down. So, I mean, whether you be here for it or not, it don't matter. But let's see, bro. Let's see what we got up here. I'm gonna invite whoever.
Is that rolled up yet?
No, it's not. I mean,
73. I'm sorry, bro. I know I said I was.
I got it. Hold on. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Ryan, give me a chance. Yo, Coco.
At this point, vibes, you got to be an agent.
Hold
Like
on, though. Hold on. I posted that, and you're like, you're obsessed with Tyreek Nasheed.
you
So,
sure are. You're so
okay,
obsessed with
okay.
him. It's
So why would you
ridiculous.
say that, Coco? Why would you say that?
Because you are always your picture. The picture never changes. This is the
It
same
does
picture.
change. It does change. You
It
feel
does
me?
not. It never changes.
Coco. So are you with FBAs? Is that why you're coming at me like that?
Yes, I am. I am
Okay,
freaking
all right,
FBA.
Coco. Let's just meet halfway. You feel me? Like we're not, obviously we don't get a, we don't know the same ideologies. You feel me? So let's work something out, Coco. Let's do something that both Africans and Black Americans can get along with. Like, but if you're gonna call me obsessed, you feel me? You're obsessed with defending Tariq Nasheed. That's all. That's all I see. You feel me? But
That's
here,
not true.
but Coco, I will take that back. Okay, Coco. But I'm interested in people that have the same white talking points as Donald Trump, as Homeland Security and ICE, right? So when I hear all that anti immigration, when I hear people call other people illegals, when I hear all the xenophobic talk amongst Black Americans and even Africans, right, Coco? Like even our own people do this. Even people that think that they're cleared and still get deported, they still love Donald Trump, right? So, regardless of the fact, Coco, I'm not obsessed with Tariq Nasheed. I'm obsessed with the people that are obsessed with defending him. Okay, Coco, that's my main point.
I don't have to defend him, okay? Because he is not a leader, but this is our lineage. What he says about our lineage is correct. We're just going to worry about FBA. All this other stuff that's going on is not our problem. Especially the stuff with the illegals, the stuff with the deportations, that is not our problem. We did not do it. We do not care.
Yo, no one's okay. Once again, we're not asking you to defend his pimpology 101. Okay, we're not asking you to be a part of everything he's doing, right? But the one thing he's doing right for you, Coco, is to be a part of this lineage that delineates from other people, right, Coco? So maybe you see him good in this way, but we see other ways that he's not conducive to the Black community, let alone Africa, let alone America. So Coco, if you want to stand on Tyreek Nasheed's points, go ahead, sister. I'm not gonna fault you for that, right?
Yeah, you don't have a choice. It's nobody's business.
Okay, all right. Well, again, if you choose to stand on what Tyreek Nasheed stands business on, you feel me? Then I do have a choice to not take.
I just wish that you would get another talking point. Just talk about something else.
I'm talking about Donald Trump, right?
Yeah, let's talk about Donald Trump. I want to
So
know.
let's talk about him. All right.
Let's talk about Donald Trump.
All right.
Donald Trump has lied to all of his MAGA people. They should be livid. They should be so angry at him. He has lied. America is not great again whatsoever. Mega is in trouble. They are starving. They don't have no food stamps. He's giving the money to Argentina and Israel. He's made them great again. Well, great. He's made them great. And they should be livid. Their farmers are in trouble. They are in trouble. The prices are sky high, and that's what they voted for. They should be in. They should want to just. Ugh.
Okay, so we
So
can be,
funny.
yeah, we can be tired about Donald Trump and his procedures and stuff. Like, how do you see that carrying over to how people treat illegal immigrants or immigrants in a whole?
Well, the immigrants were okay. I would take the illegal immigration um situation over the slavery that he's going to put on the people, because what he's doing is downright enslaving people. You got people working for nothing because of this shutdown. I mean, it's slavery. It's not getting any better. The prices are sky high. I mean, he could have left immigration. The immigrants aren't doing anything compared to the destruction to that he's done.
Right. So the cheap labor, right, Coco, like all the cheap labor that has been taken advantage of, and all the vulnerable people that come here to the States and don't get the minimum wage, right? Who is it more conducive to? Is it conducive to the workers or the people that hire them, right, Coco?
Um, when you say conducive, what are you saying? Who does it benefit?
Yeah. I mean, are we holding white tea people that hire illegal immigrants as workers? Are we holding them responsible? Or are we holding the
No,
people that?
because I heard that in order for them not to pay some of the illegal immigrants, they call ICE on them. Did you hear
Yeah.
that they were doing that? Now that's dirty.
Yeah.
That's
So
so dirty.
Coco, that's the first question that I have. Why are we dry snitching on immigrants with ICE?
Well,
Why
it's
why
not.
are we?
I'm
Yeah.
not dry snitching. It's the people
Yo,
that they were
Coco,
working for
Coco,
dry
I'm not
snitched
speaking
on them.
Coco, I'm not speaking about you, right, Coco? I'm
Okay.
speaking. Yeah. No,
Well,
I got you.
I can't speak on the people
On the
who
rest
told
of
on them.
on the rest of the
I can't speak on them.
you can't speak on all the rest of the Black Americans that choose to dry snitch.
Oh, you're talking about the Black Americans.
I mean, I'd like to call them tethered Black Americans. You feel me?
Well, I can't speak on that because I don't know any Black Americans that told on any illegal immigrants, and that's normally not our style because we know what this country has done to us. But I don't know. I'm saying I heard that it was the employees, the white tea people, who were employing the illegal immigrants in order for them to get paid, that they were calling ICE on them.
All right,
After
that's fair
they
enough.
completed the work. But honey, I don't know any Black Americans, African Americans, none of them, or FBAs that has time to snitch on any immigrants. I don't know, not one.
Yeah.
That's what they say. They say they're going to call ICE and get us up out of here, get us up out the paint. These are the FBAs. These are your people, man.
Are you illegal?
And again, Coco,
No.
hold on, Coco, relax. Before we go to the illegal thing and not illegal, right? Again, Coco, we're not speaking to you specifically. We're speaking to the majority of Black Americans, okay? The ones that we get to talk to, the privilege to get to talk to, you know,
Well,
and knowing how that
my whole
conversation.
family is Black Americans. South Carolina, North Carolina. I don't know not one of them.
So hopefully
Not one of
there's
them
an FBA.
that dry snitched on any illegals.
Yeah,
Like,
so
we don't
hopefully,
even know any freaking illegals. Okay, they was hiding. Okay, they only come out in the daylight. We don't even know them.
But you know,
okay,
that makes
okay.
sense.
I
That
hear
makes
that.
sense.
I'm gonna give. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'm gonna give Black three minutes to introduce themselves and talk to, respond to that, and then Tether, you're next, and then FBA, you're next. Black, you there? Black, you there, brother? Okay, Skip. He says Skip. All right, Tether, you next, Tether. Just speak on the response to this, and then we can go to FBA.
Salute.
Lucky went away.
Thanks for having me up on the panel.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's just for people who don't know me. I am I'm Igbo. My father is Igbo. I was born in Nigeria, but my mother is African American, descendant of chattel slavery. And I see these discussions from both sides of the equation. But when I encounter FBAs, these are Black identity extremists. These are people who have this idea that being a descendant of chattel slavery makes you a premium Black. It means that it's like you want to be a house Negro supremacist. You want, because you descend from chattel slavery, that imparts on you some kind of American exceptionalism where immigrants.
Now we are
comes
exceptional.
through.
I don't care what you say.
Hang on,
We are
hang on.
exceptional, honey.
You can rebut.
There-
You can rebut me. You can rebut me. Don't worry. But just give me a minute to lay it out. So,
And your mama should tell you that.
and I know, and she is exceptional. She's part of the talented 10th. She's very highly
Hey,
educated.
don't bring up nobody's mama's. Coco, let him land. Let him land, Coco.
Right. So, okay, but what this is really just FBAs want proximity to whiteness. When I see FBAs, these are people who see themselves through the eyes of white tea people. This is why they hate Black immigrants and themselves essentially, and because they paid the highest price for American citizenship. They have a resentment because imagine 350 years of slavery followed by 100 years of Jim Crow segregation, followed by being buck broken for 350 years, getting essayed for 350 years, having your genome colonized by the white tea man for 350 years, then being racially segregated.
Where is your mama?
Red line.
Where is your mother? How dare you talk about
hang on.
FBAs
Stop,
like that?
hey, Coco, get his
let
mama
me
out
talk.
of your mouth, please.
Right.
Let the
right.
brother
I'm gonna
land.
keep
Coco.
it. She is a Black
Coco,
African American.
he ain't
How
talking
dare
about-
you?
He ain't talking
Okay,
about your
after
mama,
all of
though.
this-
he ain't talking
How
about
dare-
your mama. Relax, Coco.
After all of this,
I have to mute you,
this,
Coco.
the reason why FBAs are so tight is because after all of this, now they see immigrants come to this country having not paid that price. So this is all the resentment that we're seeing is because FBAs want to be house Negro supremacists. They want to be the house Negroes and treat all other Black immigrants like field Negroes. And there's another way to see, like FBAs are really the Black rednecks of African Americans. We have to distinguish between the FBAs and the African Americans. FBAs are like less than 10,000 people, and they're ultimately powerless because their civil rights strategy won't work. And I'll land the plane.
All right,
He sounds
fine.
white. I don't even know he's black.
Bro, he's not. Relax, bro. Relax. Anyways, Tether, thank you so much for that. And Tether, I'm gonna make you a mod because I might have to step out. Just I got my
Okay.
Hispanic brother over here judging the way we sound. Right? We always get that.
All right. I don't speak Ebonics.
we will always-
My Ebonics is not as strong as it should be. Go ahead.
Hey, I appreciate you, Tether. I appreciate you. Yo, Black, are you still there? You want me to skip you? FBA, welcome to the panel. FBA, can I get your age, your race, and where you're from, please?
From Angola, age is gonna be 39.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
brother.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
So these FBA people, they are very. It's at this point, I call them coconuts, right? They actually, black outside and white inside. So they're if you follow their conversation and what they argue on and if you ask them questions to really trying to get to the bottom of what their grievances are, it's like you can't, like, there's nothing, you know what I mean? It's just like some typical normal fights, like, oh, you guys, when you come here, you're taking our food stamps. Oh, when you go to college, you guys are using the African American part and you get all the benefits. And it's like, which benefits? Oh yeah, when you go to the bank, they give you a loan, you get all the loan. That's why we don't get loans. I'm like, bro, you having a bad credit and me having a good credit, building my credit and having have a good credit. Now I go to the bank and I get approved for a loan, and you're gonna call that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
About
really.
people, you're speaking about
And let it be known that the credit system in America is the biggest scam. Okay,
Exactly.
I do like to think that.
Yo, Black, you want to come back? Black, let FBA land. Like, I'm gonna come right after you, okay, Black? I
All right.
promise. Black, FBA, go ahead, land your plane, brother. I'm gonna give you a minute to land your plane, bro. I'll give you 3 minutes, bro. You don't have to take it all. But I'll go back to Black, and then we'll go back to you, Omarion. Go ahead, brother.
That it's really hard, man. At this point, all I'm doing is I'm trying to support them delineate as fast as they can, because it's becoming an embarrassment to like anybody who's just watching their lives and what they're doing. Their stories on what they're trying to say. Some are saying they're indigenous, some are saying they're FBAs, and you're like, no, this is land belongs to the indigenous people, and you're not, but you keep on trying to act like you've come from these lands, and it's like their fight is they're trying to convince everybody that they come from these lands, and you're like, bro, we all know that you don't come from these lands, bro. Like, you trying to tell me that 1 + 1 is 11 when I know it's 2, and then you keep on telling me, no, it's 11, you have to agree to it. Like, bro, I'm not. It's not. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, So FBAs, they piece of crap. I mean, they piece of shit. With their confused leader Tariq Nasheed. The guy, looking at the guy, his brain cells is empty, man. I was one on his panel and then asked him, say, hey, look, you care about your own people, but why are you scamming them? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're a terror, I'm like, nah, I'm not, bro. I'm asking you a legit question. I'm saying, why, if you care about your people, why would you like make money off of them? And he dropped me, you know what I mean? That really tells the kind of person that these FBAs are following. And
he fled. He fled from the conversation.
Oh yeah. He always played. Yeah, he always doing that, and can't answer any question. If you actually hitting him at the right questions, then he starts saying, oh, you this, like that. You don't do that, man. Go find another way of making money. Don't make money from your own people if you do care about them. So yeah, the FBAs, confused elements. They have no game plan. They have no goal, no plan, no nothing. Today they're fighting each other. Oh yeah, tomorrow they come back FBA. So yeah, they need to delineate. Like, I support FBAs, man. You guys need to delineate as soon as you can, and just let the African move on, man. We tired with you.
Let us know what we need to do to help you delineate. You know what I mean? We're here to support that delineation process. So
yeah, that's what.
100%. Go ahead, FBA.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that I'm gonna learn. So I'm just just want to say that I'm helping them delineate. Every panel that I go from now is I'm helping them. If they need any support for me, I 100%, 110%, I'm with them until they delineate. Yeah, I'm gonna learn my point.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, FBA. I appreciate that. And let me give him a round of applause. I'll give everybody a round of applause. So let me start. Giving claps for claps being needed. Thank you, FBA, for that. And so again, no one's here to impose how African you can be or not, right, Coco, or anybody else, right? They know that their ancestry comes from Africa, regardless of the fact, right? Now, if they choose to cut off, they choose to delineate from the African side and not delineate from the European side and the Native American side. Like, again, they get to choose. All right, I'll go right outside. Thank you. I'll be right. Again, whatever you choose to delineate from, delineate from the Europeans, the ones that have the fucking knee on your neck, right? The true oppressor. We always will remind you of this, okay? I think from everybody that's up on the panel, we will always remind you how we're not your enemy, And if you choose to make us your enemy, okay, we're going to stand on business on our Africanity, right? We'll be FBAs too. We'll be foundational Black Africans, okay? So that's what I'll say on that. All right. Omarion, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the panel. I'm going to give you 3 minutes, my brother.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Omarion. 18, about to turn 19. And I'm from the Atlanta area, so of Georgia. It's kind of funny because like I joined this live, and I mean, I think my for you page has been kind of getting cleansed because at the end of the day, and I'm going to answer the prompts, but at the end of the day, what does all of this like back and forth between the FBAs and immigrants, like what is it accomplishing? Like I really do want to pose that question to everyone. Like what is being accomplished? Because nobody's winning. You know, like we're all, I'm not trying to say like obviously our cultures are different. The experiences that African Americans, Black Americans, by the way, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It is pretty, I'm gonna quickly move to a different location. I'll continue talking. Okay, y'all, my bad. I'm currently at college right now, so that was just some college people living it up, I guess. But back to what I was talking about. Who's winning in terms of like what's being? I wish I wish I live with FBAs and Black Americans because my school is a predominantly white institution, and the white people here get on my nerves. But that's besides the point. Like I'm being so dead ass right now. But who's winning? We're all being victims of white supremacy in one way or another. For Black Americans and African Americans, the FBAs, whichever term you want to use, you can argue it's much more direct. For immigrants, it's less direct, but it's still direct and impactful. I'm just reading an article right now that 300,000 Black women have been laid off or been fired from the federal government since this administration has been taken over. And that was as of August. So the numbers are likely even greater now since it's November. And obviously you can have the discussion, and I hope it's a respectful discussion, but I kind of think TikTok almost amplifies the unhealthy discussions because also at the end of the day, I do generally believe there's more commonality and there's more, what we have more in common than what separates us, even though we are different cultures and we have different cultures. And by the way, I'm half Black American and half Black Caribbean. And yeah, I kind of think a lot of it is nonsense, but I'll land there.
I go next. Vibes, you there? I'm gonna just
Yeah, I
go.
just got back. I just got back. I don't. I saw my homie over here yelling. I'm like, you're muted, bro. They can't hear anything you're saying. Anyways. Can you guys catch me up? Are we okay? Amarion went right. I left
Yeah.
Amarion.
Yes.
I'm gonna go
All
after
right.
him. I'm gonna explain, right? It's
Yeah,
more
go
of
ahead.
everybody's in their feelings on both sides, bro. Everybody can't get out their feelings. There is people that are starting to get out their feelings, but there's still some stuck in their feelings. Everybody's offended. They want to be. They like they hear one little words and they get offended by it. Some people are not trying to be Black. Some people are trying to be Indian. Some people are claiming that the slave trade never happened. Some people are claiming that FBA, we're a lineage, and this is a special lineage that they can grasp onto to, I feel like, to get reparations, but they say it's not for reparations. But that's
Yeah.
what it is. And then the African side, they're more getting the jokes fired at them from the FBA side. And then there's people from Black America that's not FBA at all that gets involved, that doesn't understand what's going on. So they just hear Africans going in on the culture of America, and then they take that as an offense. So they just jump on the bandwagon. So they're not even FBA. They're just kind of riding for it. See what I'm saying?
Yo, Black. Yo,
I
Black.
want to be
Thank you
clear.
so much. Hold on, Marion. Thank you, Black, for even taking the time to see all the differences. You know, I think that's very important, right?
Yes.
To know that to know that we are connected, but we're also severed in so many different ways, right? Like the way we
Yes.
think about how we started, or how it culminated, how we are, how we're mixed and how we're not. And so,
Yeah, it's a
anyways,
lot.
thank you, Black. I appreciate that. And so with that, I do want to let Bose, go ahead and introduce yourself with your age, your race, and where you're from, please.
Wait, you forgot about me every day. I'm a mod in this room. You made me a mod.
Bro, you're not one now, okay? Boz, good to see you again, but I can't remember you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been a minute though. It's been a minute. I understand. Okay, so I'm boss. I'm 40. What I'll say with this situation is, like Black was saying, everybody's in their feelings, and look, I understand from both ends, you know, what they're saying and what Africans and our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean are also saying. But that we got too much problems right now to be dealing with, you know, the all this stuff. Immigrants make African immigrants make only 2.5% of the population, just 2.5. Black Americans make 14 to 15% of the population. So for somebody to be able to convince the 14% that the 2.5% is the problem, you know, it blows my mind. When we got voting rights is about to be taken away, we got the George Floyd bill that is sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk that hasn't been passed. On the 1st of this November, food stamps goes away. You understand? You know, $40 billion have been given to Argentina, you know, when farmers don't have nothing. You know, food crisis. I just read that America is about to have food crisis. You understand? And everything else is going up in this country. And yet we're sitting here fighting about lineage. If you want to get reparations, that's fine. Get reparations. No, you know, you do reparations. You understand? The same way Black Americans can ask for reparations from the United States government, other Black people around the world can also ask reparations from other governments. Africans can ask for reparations from the UK government and the European governments. You understand? So it's not. It doesn't have to be that they don't have to feel like, oh, Africans are about to take the reparation money from them. No, Africans are not about to do nothing. We got bigger problems on our table than he said, she said that there's been going on in the media. Social media. You know that I'm not African. I'm not this. I'm not that. I was here before the Indians arrived. I was. Who cares? Who actually gives a fuck? Actually, we got bigger problems now. Look at what Donald Trump is doing. You blame Africans that Africans are the problem. But yet, Israel has taken more money out of the United States. And then, since Ukraine started fighting, they've gotten almost $200 billion out of taxpayers' money. And nobody's saying nothing about it. But yet, the 2.5% of the population is a problem. It's a problem.
It's always a problem, right, boss? Boss, it's okay though. It's okay. Like, how much do we have to take the burden on our shoulders? We don't have to do nothing, man. A lot of the people that are bringing up these issues they're bringing it up because they choose to bring it up. They choose to throw it in African immigrant faces and throw it in their face and say, you know, you're illegal. You don't belong here. You know, at the end of the day, I don't subscribe to that, and anybody that does, and I know that's not what you guys are doing right here. Yeah. I think I love every one of you guys, you know, about your contention and how you stand up for your people, you know, including Black, Tether. including Black, Tether, FBA, Omarion, Boss. We're all on the same page, right? We're waiting for these FBAs that want to defend Tariq Nasheed, as the Rottweiler, right?
Man, Tariq Nasheed
My biggest problem, my biggest problem is Trump, right? If you're a black MAGA, if you're an FBA MAGA, that's when I draw the line in the sand. You feel me?
For
So,
sure.
so that's where I'm at. All right, I give a fuck about how you choose to tether to your master and call us tethers at the same time. You feel me? So I don't have any patience for that, and so we're here waiting patiently, But in the meantime, brothers,
Let me ask you a
in the
question, Vice.
meantime, my brothers, in the meantime, it's an open panel. We can talk amongst ourselves, and we
Right.
can speak on it. Okay?
Let me ask you a question. Calling immigrants thirders or whatever the word is, they basically has turned that word into some kind of like a racial stereotypical
Yes.
target against Africans. You know what I mean? And the same way you don't want the white tea people calling you the N word, you turn around and you calling a fellow black person and this word, and then when they retaliate, when Africans retaliate and call y'all some names, then there's a problem. You see the double standards.
It's a hypocrisy.
It-
They're
You you you,
they're,
you
they're
could
very
have
sensitive.
you could have all this stuff, and then you sit here and say, "Oh, look." Sometimes Tariq Nasheed comes across my timeline, right? And I just listen to him, and it's like he has deep rooted hatred. Like there is some dark side, whatever it is that is hunting this guy, that he thinks that it's okay to literally, refer black Africans as tethers or whatever it is, and then make fun of black Africans and all that kind of stuff. That is so wrong. You're sitting here perpetrating the same white supremacy stuff that people have died for. Martin Luther King was killed because of white supremacy. Malcolm X was killed because of that.
Thank you,
And to
brother.
today, they're still killing people because of that.
Thank you, Boozer.
That's
Thank you,
the
Boozer.
truth. That's the truth.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna go Black. We're gonna go Tether. We're gonna go FBA. We're gonna go Amarion. We're gonna go back to Boss. Again, if you guys have something to respond to, I think that we should think about this. We should lead by example, right?
Mm.
Most of these people want us to crash out the way they want to crash out.
Right.
Yeah.
And Black, I respect you for I've watched you on your panels, though, and I respect you for keeping your composure and just trying to learn from people. Like anybody, yeah, I know. And even if you try, there's going to be some disappointed people,
Yeah.
regardless, on either way. So it don't really matter, right? But I do want to commend you for that. You're honorable for that, so I appreciate you.
No problem. Nah, I be just trying to get everybody together on the same page, Black Americans and foreigners, whether you Jamaican or African or Asian, whatever. Because at the end of the day, we black. We all got one enemy. At the end of the day, that's the reason why I even started doing this shit. Because I started seeing a whole bunch of racists on my timeline. So then I stumbled upon this FBA pretending world. But honestly, I be trying to, even for the young dude, right, Amari, he should understand that it's a lot of confusion amongst people's minds. You know what I'm saying? Even you living, in college where you at, you're basically, I ain't gonna say getting whitewashed, but they're attempting to do it to you. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't notice it, but it's just natural by being around a whole bunch of white tea people. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a game. You just gotta pay attention to the people that's bullshitting and the people that's actually trying to learn something or teach something. You feel what I'm saying? That's the ones you gotta pay attention to on this app. Because that's the real key to the shit. I see how there's always one person that unmutes his mic because he feels so anxious to speak because I blocked him because he was trying to get my page flagged. But
Man, I
You
want
know,
you to get your page flag, nigga. Don't act like that.
You
nigga.
trying
No,
to you
who
you
asked you to speak, bro? Relax.
You ain't
exactly.
shit,
Yo,
It's not
Sid.
you
even your
always
turn to
think that
speak.
you always think that you're like you're like you're privileged and centered in my panel
Bitch,
always,
I ain't gotta be
always.
here, boy. Fuck you.
Bro. I don't want you to leave. All right. If you want to leave, you can leave. But like again, you can't speak over other people. You feel me? Like
Exactly.
it's just a protocol thing. It's not even like we hate you or anything. You know. But I've
He
already
does it.
dealt.
He does it everywhere he goes. So it's kind of like I was expecting his mic to get unmuted. I was actually staring at his name and waiting for him to unmute. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know this motherfucker.
I'm
But
saying, yeah. So, anyways, we already know Black, but go ahead, bro. I'm sorry for that guy. I
nah,
mean,
it's all good.
let me give you one more minute.
Nah, it's all good. You can
If
skip. You
anybody
can skip.
interrupts,
You can skip. You can
whoever,
skip. You can skip.
are you
You can
sure?
skip.
All right,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Tether.
Because he
Go
actually
ahead.
proved my point with that. So it's kind of like point proven.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Shout out to Blacks. Your take is the one of the best takes I've seen on TikTok. I my social world is a system of interlocking tribes between African Americans, Nigerians, and Caribbeans. So whenever I hear people attacking any of those groups of people, I gotta clap back. So when you hear me on these panels insulting people, it's because I hear these FBAs and pretendians, and even sometimes like other groups like Indians. I heard an Indian talking crap the other day. Um, I cannot tolerate um, slandering, insulting, and denigrating African Americans, uh, Africans or Caribbeans. I see FBAs their rhetoric is really causing a lot of hatred toward all black people, all African Americans especially, but all black people. It's like people are hearing their rhetoric and they're saying this is what all these people are like. So this is why I have a special. I really have less patience when it comes to FBAs and pretendians, just because because they're so loud and so vocal, people have a tendency to think that they represent all black people, and that's a mistake. That's why they have to be pushed back upon. And I heard Amari speaking. I think perhaps you're new to TikTok. Maybe you haven't heard the rhetoric, but there's very poisonous, toxic rhetoric about Africans and Caribbeans on this platform. And I guarantee you, the more you encounter it, the more you'll understand why you're hearing people, push back against it. And that's really all I have to say. You can skip me and move on to the next person.
You know what I mean?
Yo, okay. Thank you for that. Did you land, Tether?
Yeah, I landed.
All right, Tether. All right, Omarion, bro. Welcome back. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm actually after this I'm gonna go because I'm studying. But actually no, I've heard to the previous speaker. I've actually heard a lot of the content. I don't know what to call it. A lot of the shit on both sides. And honestly, what I do, because I will say growing up where I grew up, there's a large Caribbean African. There's a large Caribbean and a large African population where I grew up, where I still kind of live. And all of my friends who are black, they're all of the diaspora. Like we all love each other. We might talk a little shit of each other, but typical talking shit, you know. But and also I wanted to speak to Black. I see the Jamaican flag in your bio. Prayers for your country. I'm
Yeah.
studying to be a meteorologist, and like that's like the big thing that we're talking about right now. So prayers to your country, and I know y'all are resilient people. Y'all gonna weather through that. But yeah, but back to the original conversation. I just log off of the app and just touch grass. And I feel like that's half of the problem because in my personal experience dealing with people in real life, never. Not never. I've there are a couple times I've heard of it, but the vast majority, whether it's Black Americans, Black Africans, Black Caribbeans, in my experience in my life, we all have love for each other. We all understand that our circumstances are different. We all, celebrate our own cultures while also celebrating the fact that we are all Black and proud in our own way. And I think, I've seen a lot of the content, for a while, but not to say that it doesn't mirror reality, because for some people it might mirror reality, what they experience in real life. That's just not what I've experienced. Again, all the BS that I deal with, even before I came to this PWI college, it's almost always been people who just aren't Black in general, whether it's Hispanic people or whether it's Hispanic/Latino people or whether it's white people. The people who've been most racist to me have actually been Latinos, which is very interesting. Not saying that I support deportations or whatever, but overall my point is that I think everybody who holds those extreme views genuinely needs to touch grass and go outside, because I do not believe that the vast majority of people are like that.
All right, I appreciate that, Amarion. Tether, go ahead if you want to respond to that or the prompt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's facts. I think, a lot of these are online dynamics. This is an online phenomenon. This whole, if you notice, the culture war, diaspora war, gender war, all of these different conflicts are exacerbated online. There's a lot of information silos and people in echo chambers shouting back and forth. So I'm wondering if this is just like a social media phenomenon that's polarizing society, like smartphones and social media.
Sorry to cut you off. I think it's the algorithm, but continue.
Right, exactly. I think these social media algorithms are designed to capture your attention, to create your own little private reality, and to put you in a little information bubble and push you toward the extremes. And I think society has been captured by this phenomenon, and I think a lot of the dynamics that we're seeing in society are a direct result of this new information technology that has become ascendant in the past 20 years or so. So I'm wondering how much of this is just the medium is the message, or were people having these discussions pre social media, pre smartphone? I think this is like a technological situation that we find ourselves in. And
No, they were talking about this back then. They were talking about this back then before the internet.
really,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Everything.
white supremacists and FBI, whoever you want to say, FBI, white supremacists, whoever, they have successfully unfortunately have used tropes about Black immigrants and used Black immigrants against Black Americans and vice versa. But we also had a lot of Black leaders and Black radicals who saw through it and realized they were just trying to divide the Black diaspora. This has existed honestly ever since mass migration did start of Black immigrants into the United States, because white racists in the government did unfortunately use Black immigrants and try to brainwash some Black immigrants to think that they're better than Black Americans. Obviously not saying this is for all Black immigrants. This is just for some. And also vice versa, Black Americans versus Black immigrants.
but that
Again, we had Black leader. Yeah.
just really quickly to piggyback on what you're saying. what I see in Tariq Nasheed's rhetoric is this is his business model. If I can convince the lowest FBA that he's better than the highest African, then he'll let me pick his pocket. You see what I'm saying? I think this is like a cynical strategy just to maximize people buying his merchandise and sending in contributions, and this is like a strategy to maximize profits by selling this fake identity. But another question is, there seems to be a hunger for people to have an alternative identity other than African American. Like, why? What is driving people not wanting to be African and wanting to be Indian or all these other identities? And I'll land the point.
So I think for some people, it's because, and unfortunately, there are real instances that I have seen and I have researched, and I've also seen it personally, of African or like African immigrants, so Africans and Afro-Caribbeans, Black Caribbeans, whoever you want to say, trying to partake in Black American culture, because there is a difference. I would, like, Black American culture, Black Caribbean culture, and Black African culture are all influenced by that, like the Black diaspora, but they're also separate. They have similar roots, but they're different outcomes. And so, unfortunately, for a lot of, for Black Americans, there has been like a lot of Black immigrants, a lot of them who were weaponized and brainwashed, try to partake in Black American culture while also not giving back to Black American culture, not respecting Black Americans, and reaping the benefits.
We have some new people on the panel, but I would like to understand, what does that mean, not giving back to Black American culture and not respecting? What does it look like when somebody is respecting Black American culture or giving back to Black American culture? What does that look like in practice?
I mean, for starters, I think for some, and this can be real quick, and then I know you'll have to move on, and I'm going to drop. I'm still going to listen, but I'm not going to speak because I have some work to do. But for starters, not disrespecting Black American culture. Unfortunately, some folks do that. But also owning your Blackness and owning, like when people, when you partake in Black American culture, right? And then when somebody asks you, well, are you Black? Some immigrants try to run away from the fact that they're Black. I've heard it in my personal life, and I'm like, no, like you are Black. Obviously, you're not Black American, but you are from a Black, like you are still Black. And I think for Black Americans who already have like the culture being weaponized against them from white supremacists, to have people that look like them, right? Who think that, okay, well, you look like us, so we should be on the same team, and you finds out that some of those folks may not be on the same team, it's troubling, right? And so I could talk about this more, but I know we got to move on to other people that join in the panel, but yeah.
Yeah, but I just give me 5 seconds to respond to this. So there's a hypocrisy here, because as an African, I consider myself African. When I say, okay, I'm African American, I'm called a tether. I'm Black. No, you're not Black. You're a tether. So it's like, if I do the thing that you're saying I should do, you're saying that I am not you. I'm othered, right? But then I say, okay, fine. I'm not African American. I'll be Igbo. Then you're saying, well, why don't you embrace us? It's like you cannot win.
Can I respond to that?
You're constructing a system where it's catch-22, heads I win, tails you lose. So
Yeah.
you actually don't want what you're describing, and I'll land the plane.
Can I answer for him? Because I see what you're saying, Tether. That you're basically saying that he must give up his fight and just be like, okay, I agree to everything y'all talk about and give thanks and all this shit, right? But I grew up Black, basically American, and I have my Jamaican side, but I grew up Black American for the most part from my dad's side. And We don't. They that side didn't look down on Africans and all that other shit. I don't know, but I kind of forgot what he was talking about. Yo, tell them what was the last part you said, bro?
Okay, I'd say, you know what?
Because
I'm
it's almost like he's saying that you should give up on you should just give up on the fight and just give respect or something.
you gotta respect. Don't respect the black.
Oh no! I got my point right.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say that he has the mindset of the YT, right? Because it's kind of seeping into his mindset still. Because he said that he's half Caribbean and half Black American.
Black American. Yeah, yeah.
So for him to even have that mindset is kind of wrong in itself.
Well, wait, what mindset do you think I have?
Because you said
I grew
that
up around
Africans should give thanks or some shit.
No, that's not what I said. I said that there are some African. That's not what I completely said. There are some Africans. There are some immigrants in general
That don't respect Black American culture.
And I'm not saying it's not vice versa. So I'm trying to say, for those people, right? Like for example, like Caribbean descended folks like Kai Cenat saying that Black Americans don't have culture. That's
I
ridiculous.
mean, but he's a young dude saying that, and he's full of New York culture, and I'm from New York. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't know. He's kind of just, I don't know. His mindset is weird, but
we can't say that Black Americans, and again, like I am half. So I grew up like from my mom's Guyanese, my dad is
you know what's
Black
so
New
ironic?
Yorker.
You know what's so ironic about Kai saying that? Hold on. You know what's so ironic about Kai saying that is
What?
because every Black person that he brings on his stream is showing Black American culture.
That's the funny part. That's ironic. And it's like, why would you? And I'm just saying examples like that, right? I'm not saying that for extremist ideologies, if you are attacked, to just sit back and lay down and take it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just offering another perspective because I do think for some people there could be valid arguments. Again, I really do think this is the minority of people in general, of the Black diaspora in general. Because I can always say I don't think Black Americans, Black Caribbeans, or Black Africans in their own communities are unified either. And that's a whole different conversation for a whole nother time. So, but
Yeah, we have a new guest on the panel. I'd like for them to, have an opportunity to contribute. So, Dolly, do you have anything to contribute? Have you either to the prompt or to what has just been stated? Go ahead.
No, I'm just listening for the moment.
Okay. Right. So, Amari, you say you're half African American, half Caribbean. So, would you say that?
I have Black Caribbean, yes.
Okay. Well, what island are you? Bahamian, Jamaican? Where you?
So my mom is Guyanese, and I know some folks say Guyana's not Caribbean. It basically is. Like culture-wise, obviously it's not part of the island. It's not an island.
Right. But so would you say that you are an African American? How would you describe yourself?
I just say I'm Black.
Right. Now, have you ever been on a FBA panel? They would give you a tether test. They would say, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are your people from?
Oh, absolutely.
And then once you divulge to Guyana, then you're in the tether category. Do you understand how you're?
Oh, no. Absolutely. Like, I've experienced that, and it's funny because some people think Guyana is Ghana, and they're like, oh, so you're from Africa. I'm like, no. Guyana's not Ghana. Respect to my Ghanaians, we love them. But yeah, I've experienced that. And to those people, obviously they're wrong. Like, I'm not trying to say that this is one-sided. Like, I've seen extremist ideologies of FBAs who quite literally call ICE on people, like in the live. Like, I've seen it happen on TikTok lives on this app. I think that TikTok will always, unfortunately, support those on the extremes because those are the clicks. Those are the people who are going to get the clicks and get the money. But I also know in my personal experience, I've grew up around Black folks of the diaspora because Atlanta is very Black. Like I know the city is becoming slightly less Black because of gentrification, but it's still Black. And so I've grown
Right.
around people.
All of us have grown up around Black Americans, and all of us are cool with Black Americans. My issue is not with Black Americans.
Right.
With these FBAs who have this Black identity extremist ideology, who not only want to segregate us and other us, but want to have us like bow the knee to them, like we
But you know what it is, Tether?
owe them something just for existing here. Well,
Real quick, Tether. Because the reason why Black Americans do get angry, because I did grow up Black American, so some of the stuff that the Africans do say is offensive, but I'm literally like y'all have to really realize the difference between FBAs and Black Americans, because some of the things that you guys say as jokes group all of us in, and FBAs are a certain group, right? You see how Trump has the dog leash around that fuckboy's neck? You know what I'm saying? That's the people that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about the regular Black American. We're talking about the Republican Black American. You know what I'm saying? The racist one. I ain't gonna say all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because there's racist ones on the Democrat side. But I'm just gonna say that we're talking about the racist Black Americans, the ones that hate Black people. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about the real Black American culture for real.
Right. I know exactly what you mean. I always distinguish between African Americans and FBAs. To me, they're not the same at all. FBAs are always trying to speak on behalf of all African Americans.
Exactly.
I always knock that back, that you are not the same. Y'all some weirdos. So this is my issue. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I guess I kind of didn't understand, but on that note, yeah, I agree. Like, that's why when I say extremist ideologies, I'm referring to those FBAs who are like actually calling ICE on people and are being disrespectful. To that, yeah, I agree. And for me personally, what I do, I just don't talk to them. Because at the end of the day, people who are that extreme and hold those views, you're not going to change their minds. Like if you are calling ICE on other diaspora people, or even Latino folks to an extent, I know that's a different conversation. I fear you lost the plot. That's what I say. Well, that's what we say. You lost the plot. And for me, I just don't talk to those people because it is disrespectful and it's angering.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think that Black Americans are the premium Blacks of the diaspora? Or do you think that there is a special moral authority that comes with being a Black American?
No and no. I think that of all, like the Black diaspora, everybody, all Black people, no matter which part, we are all resilient. We are all have accomplished so much shit, right? Like the resilience comes in different ways. Like, from Haitians, like we can talk about historical or we can talk about now, right? Yeah, like no, I don't think any Black person is premium. That sounds almost like a Black talking point in a way, but like, no Black person is premium, right?
Yes.
Like no person of the diaspora is premium.
Thank you.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either, Omario. Premium Black. Again, it doesn't mean anything besides that. Like maybe there's another class of people, right? Whether it be a high class, whether it be your status, whether it be your credit score, so on and so forth, right? But like, again, bro, I appreciate you, Omarion. I hear what you're saying, bro. Let me introduce Dolly and Wes. Dolly, can I get your age, race, and where you're from, and then can I get Wes follow up, please?
Yeah, 22, Black, and I'm from the DR.
DR. What's up with Haiti? What's up with Haiti though?
I'm joking. And Dolly, I'm joking. Dolly. I'm joking. Dolly, I'm joking. I love you, Dolly. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming up. Wes, can you introduce yourself to?
Hello.
Okay. 21, Liberian, and yeah, from Georgia.
Are you from the A? Are you from Atlanta or no?
No, Hampton.
Okay. It's hilarious you
They
say.
already sorted. Okay. Thank you, Wes, and thank you, Dolly. Dolly and Wes, do you guys mind speaking on what you've heard so far? Let Dolly speak on it.
I'm West number one. Let's be honest.
Okay, bro, relax. Dolly, can you speak on what you heard so far? Respond to it, and then we're gonna go back on questions. All right, we're gonna go down the line. All right.
Yeah, I just keep it short. I don't really understand this whole FBA versus other black people from different places. Me personally, I just all see all of us as brothers and sisters. I don't like participating in the if you're not this, then you're not my people. I don't really understand it. I just believe that we all should be together. We're all still black at the end of the day, and I will end with that. You can go ahead, West Africa.
All right, thank you, sister. All right, Wes, go ahead. Welcome back to the panel. Appreciate you. Love you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you already know I always be here. So I'm gonna give a little bit thoughts on everything. I'll be really quick. So yeah, I feel like the whole like diaspora war things are, they're causing more problems than bringing any solutions that we really could be looking at, right? I feel like I don't really know since I've been like on this side of TikTok, I don't really know what the end goal of all of this is, really. Because at the end of the day, we're still, surrounded by each other, like even me living in Georgia, I'm surrounded by all types of people of different ethnicities, different backgrounds, everything. So it's like, I don't really see what benefit like we have to gain from, going against each other. I feel like this is like I don't really, see what we stand to gain from stuff like this, because at the end of the day, we're all around each other, even like with me living in Atlanta, right? A lot of Black Americans here, they love African culture, and we go to each other's cookouts. We go, there's people who they date each other, they marry each other. Like we intertwine with each other regardless. So I just, everything is really just people trying to cause more division and kind of move away from focusing on actual issues going on in our day-to-day lives. So yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Wes. I appreciate it. Again, I think that we're extending the olive branch or whatever that shit is called. We want to let people up here to express where they're coming from. So if they don't have an African ancestry, or if they don't have African friends, maybe we can be one, If they don't have Haitian friends, Jamaican friends, like maybe we can be one, But like we're not forcing anybody to be African. You stay where you're at, and delineate as much as you want to, and it's okay. We're not begging you to be African. Best believe we're not begging anybody to be African, okay? So same with Native Americans, or we can just be where we're at, like but if we have some questions about like your ethnicity, your lineage, and all that, don't be so offended, right? Don't be offended to be like, now you want to talk all shit about people that did not that are not from America. We're obviously African. So I can only speak for myself, right? And for the people that speak for African people. But don't you dare start talking about our foods, talking about our culture, talking about our dance, our language, our culture. Don't you dare start trying to delineate from what you are, And I only speak about the people that know where they're from. And here, shout out for all the African Americans.
shout out for all the Black Americans that understand their African roots. Shout out to the brothers and sisters that even FBA brothers and sisters that know where they come from. That would never side with the things that we happen to confront every single day. About oh my God. Again, if you're trying to invalidate other people's African experience, including Black Americans that have any affinity to Africa, right? Don't you dare not let us speak to our own people. Don't you dare try to manipulate them to believe that they are what you are. So at the end of the day, again, DNA, haplogroups, ethnogenesis, all these things that are not they're proof for some people. Other people, it's not proof. But don't go far to delineate so far that you're not going to recognize your brothers and sisters. You feel me? So that's all I gotta say, man. I hope we can make some sense about this. But if we have pretendians, and I say pretendians now because now I can say it, right? I have respect for my Black indigenous folks. I am Mexican, Afro-Mexican. I can relate to Mexico. I don't give a fuck about the United States at this point, even though I'm a first generation, right? FBAs are going to make me feel that I'm not American enough, right? I have to be here. I have to struggle with white people for 500 years to have any kind of relation to you, right? You don't want to see African people. You don't want to see your ancestors being enslaved on the continent of Africa. You don't want to relate to those people. You want to relate to the people that landed in America. Okay. You want to delineate that bad that now, just because you don't know where you're from, right? Just because you don't know where you're from doesn't mean that you have to throw the, what do they call it? The baby in the I forgot that white ass saying. The bat. You just don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? You don't want to. And you already have proof of this. The FBA's already know that they have some ancestry in Africa, Europe, and Native America now, right? So again, I know you hate Africans, right? I know you people listening, you hate Africans so bad. That you don't want anything to do with them, and that's okay. And Africans will let you delineate as much as you want. We're not begging anybody to be Africans. We see a brother and sister, we say, "Hey, brother and sister." That's all we say. Okay. So, there's no struggle there. There's no. We will let you do what you want to do. And it's okay. And we love you, brothers and sisters. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna land open panel. I know we only got six people here, but open panel.
Seems like you're having an amazing night. Vibes.
Yo, the comments. What have you been drinking?
Yeah. So how so, Dolly? Do you think that I've been influenced by alcohol, and that's why I'm having a good night?
I mean, you sound like me. I mean, like, I say a little bit of alcohol.
All right, you smell it, or Black Americans said they smell immigrants. You know what I mean? So,
Well, shit, they probably know me, so.
All right. So again, we have to be careful about this, right? Because I can talk to you, sober or not sober.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with getting a little drink on.
I just, I tolerate less shit, right? I let people walk. I let people walk all over me, Dolly. Just to try to be polite, you know what I mean, and try to hear people out, but that does not work. I'm a tether. I am something that I'm against my own people, Dolly, every time.
Well, you.
Whether I'm sober or whether I had a couple beers, you feel me?
Right, but like when it comes to people saying hateful stuff, like you got to ignore them. Like if you let people get to you, you will get nowhere in life. You're always gonna have a couple people who don't like you. They're gonna call you all types of
Yeah.
names. They can call you Tethers. I mean, I got called Tether before. I didn't even know what the fuck
So
it meant.
Dolly, do you think it got to me? Do you think it got to me?
No, me personally, I never like when I be on your life, I never seen you like crash out or anything. So I would say no.
No, but if I had a contention, why would you think it would be for? Do you think it would just be to crash out or like stick up for my people? You know.
I feel like when it comes to like people disrespecting your people, I feel like anybody would crash out. Like if somebody was to just blatantly disrespect my people and stuff and say that we ain't shit, we're nothing but fucking immigrants or tethers whatsoever, and they're just doing that unjustifiable, yeah, I crash out too. So it's just like when it comes to sticking up for your people, there's no limit. So even if you do crash out whatsoever, that's justifiable.
Man, I appreciate that a lot, Dolly. I'm not gonna lie. And I only say that because I really do care about other people's feelings, you know. And I'm not trying to let other people like be a burden to me about how I have to prove anything to anybody, right? I don't have a chip on my shoulder, but I do want to let my people know that they can be strong and powerful and confident about who they are.
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't understand this whole thing. Why, mind you, like I done been on other panels with talk about the wars with FBI and stuff like that. But it's just like, what is the end goal?
So the end goal, Dolly, find your people, right? Find the people that are gonna resonate with whatever you're gonna say, right? Find people that are not gonna like turn against you. You know, I think that's what it is at the end of the day. And you can't find that within your own family, within your own friend group. Just like you have to be very careful about who you let in your circle. That's it. You know. So I mean, this can go with your relations with your family, with your friend group, with your society, with your community, with your job, right? You can look at this in so many different ways, but um, find yourself. And I'm not saying that you haven't found yourself. What I'm saying is find whatever echoes whatever you're saying. You know?
Yeah.
Find your own echo chamber.
Yeah. I just think like this social media thing, it gets like boring after a while because I mean like it's really no end goal when it comes to this. Because like whenever like you try to have conversation with people on the other side that are very extreme, I had a conversation with one and he was just basically going on his rant and how like excuse me. Oh, I'm yawning already. But yeah, he was going on his rant basically saying like, oh, you're not black. I don't care. You're not black. You're not black. And I'm just like, bro, I'm black. I don't understand the whole you have to meet a certain criteria to be considered black. I don't understand at all.
Well, maybe black people can tune us in. Yo,
Say
I'm sorry to put you out
vibes.
like that. Sorry, bro.
Nah, vibes is lit right now, so I'm gonna give him a little help. But you were saying, what's the end goal? The end goal is to unify with as much people as you can to make their voices minute as possible and our voice louder, because right now they're very loud. So we have to, get in cordial spaces so you can have good conversations. Cordial for the most part, because idiots will come in and they will feel the wrath of all of the anger that is built up in every person that's on this side. So you just got to find the right people. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I'm not even really mad at not either side, and I'm not really mad at the not understanding people. Because there's people that's on the FBA side that are good people. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I would say like me personally, I follow a couple FBAs that are not on the extreme side, and I done had conversations with them, and I had respectful conversations. And it's just like when it comes to the ones on the stream side, it's just like at the end of the day, how I personally see it. I don't care if you come from Africa. I don't care if you come from the islands like I do, or you were born here in the United States. We're all black. We are not each other's enemies. We all have the same common enemy, but it's not each other. And that's what I feel like most people got to understand.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. People just got to lead with more understanding before they just jump out the window. If people need to sit back and just watch both sides before they just go crazy, because that's the thing. Everybody just is quick to want to be offended. They need to just sit back and hear the stuff people are saying, hear the see the nuances, and try to understand people instead of just going to the straight jokes. Because Americans, we have good jokes. I give it to us. We can cook people up, but the thing is, the things that the Africans are saying is kind of like what we've been hearing all our life. That really like kind of burns because we heard it from YT people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have somebody new up here, Modo Mancho.
Mod, but yeah,
Modo Mancho. Did you want to
yeah.
say something, honey?
I just came in here, so what y'all was talking about?
We was originally talking about the front, but Vibe, he's kind of lit right now. So I was just basically talking about basically the problem with FBA and stuff.
No, I barely encountered them. The only time I encounter them is on this app. And if I, post something that's
They really is
anti-FBA,
on the app.
Yeah, I don't see FBAs in real life. I can agree with that. I think it's only on social media.
That's a
but
fact.
I mean, the attitude still exists in real life, though. Because I tried to even for example, my family. If I tell them like we came from Africa, they still have that sentiment that they didn't come from. But they not a part of any political side.
So they don't choose a side, but they just rock with the "I'm not from Africa" thing. Because I definitely heard black people say that.
Yeah, like one of my older cousins, he's like way older, like I think in his 50s, and I was telling him like you look like you from Africa, and I said you look like you from like South Africa, and I was on the phone with a South African sister, and we was like talking, and I was like, all right, so according to you, don't he look like somewhere from South? He was like, yeah, he looks like my uncle. And, and he couldn't believe that that African person would say that.
Exactly. And I heard somebody say that earlier. I think you know Mansa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said somebody said that he looked like some billionaire in Africa, and he seen him and he felt like he looked just like him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing that some black people would deny that they're from Africa, like for families and stuff. I didn't know that was.
Yeah, some black Americans do.
But they'll acknowledge it sometimes, but then they'll sit up there and be like, "We's Americans now."
Yeah, they. Damn Africans.
Yeah, like the conversation what I had with the FBAs that I personally had conversation with on their panels, they be like, they know, like, yeah, our ancestors came from Africa, like stuff like that. But I never just heard one blatantly say like, "Oh, I'm not from Africa. My people ain't from Africa."
Oh, I've heard it. I've heard it all the sides.
Yeah, I definitely got that in my family. It's because like they don't really interact. They don't, when they was growing up, they didn't see that. But it's now in this generation, like millennials and us now, Gen Z and stuff, we kind of seeing, understanding more of our environment. So we see,
Yeah, because I would hear like a lot of them will say, even on both sides, like, oh, immigrants, black immigrants, y'all treat us weird, and the other side would be the black immigrants saying that, oh no, y'all treat us weird. And I was like, I'd be confused. Like when I came over here, like, I was in a predominantly black neighborhood. I went to predominantly black schools, and I never personally felt like I was an outcast or I was the fucking white sheep around black sheep. No. So
and I was in a predominantly all black school growing up. I still got my yearbook, and I had I only knew like four people that was in our school that was from Nigeria, and I never realized that they was where Nigeria or what Nigeria was when I was in school. I didn't know nothing. I just thought it was like, I don't know, somewhere, but not like the continent. I didn't even think about it. But I remember we had like one, I think, Ormo girl in the whole entire school. Her
Yeah.
name was like Khadijah something like that.
Yeah. I just think this stuff is just strictly online. Like, I don't really see no, like, FBAs outside, like doing like a protest or anything like that. I just think it's social
They
media.
might.
I didn't, hey, but like, I didn't even know who like Tariq Nasheed was at first either until like, I had to do my research. I'm like, damn, like, where did this even fucking start? Like, I'd be so confused because like once I go on this side of TikTok, I'm just like, damn, like black people from all across the world is beefing with each other now.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a thing, but not really like, I think this kind of like started back in maybe 2023, maybe. It was slowly progressing, but I remember earlier stuff was happening more so with Africans beefing with Africans, but I think it kind of calmed down a little bit. But they used to roast each other, and then over time they kind of stopped. But it was funny though.
Yeah, I remember in school I used to hear like African booties culture and stuff like that. I never thought it was funny.
No,
It's
I'm
just like,
talking about like where they talk about features, and they always say Bantus look like Baba Tunde, and then the Somalis, all like they got buck teeth. It just be funny.
yeah,
Like beef.
but I will say that I will give FBA like this one credit that I can't personally disagree with is that unfortunately we do have a lot of black immigrants, especially I'm gonna call my people out Dominicans who love to say I know black. I hate when they bring that up because I can't debunk it because it's true, unfortunately.
So sister, we can have people that are sellouts, right? Can you guys meet up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can have Uncle Ruckus, right? We can have. Can you guys meet up, Modi? I think. Sorry, you guys meet up. I hear. Okay, so you can have. Okay, so you can have people that put their nationality or maybe their religion in front of their race, right? We're so hyper focused on race in America because that's what is like the main like contention, like within like how we identify ourselves here, but not everybody relates. So somebody could say I'm Ghanaian, I'm Eritrean, I can be Ethiopian, but like they're not automatically saying that they're not black. Maybe that's what it sounds like because they don't introduce themselves as black people, right? We can be black in America, but we can't be black Americans. And FBAs love to say that little cute little thing. Okay, and so fair enough, right? If we're gonna respect your ethnicity, you better respect ours, right? You better not talk about Africa. You better not have any kind of insight about how we do things in Africa, because they're so quick. Just because the African immigrants like to come to America and choose to stick their nose in here and be like, oh well, the racists, the xenophobics, the Africans that have the same mentality as white people, right? That's not what we're talking about, but yeah, you're gonna have those, right? Just like you're gonna have your black Americans that look at Africans the way they look at them. Based off what? Based off of propaganda, based off how the curriculum, based off how we were treated in high school in America. So same thing happens in Africa, right? Maybe not, because they're not worried about, they're only worried about the way that teaching happens in Africa is different, you know? And yes, when they immigrate to America, yes, you're going to be, they're going to be customized. They're gonna know who not to fuck with and who not to, based off what the American government, based off of other families that are here already, knowing how Black Americans do even Black Americans in America. They're gonna be like, don't go to this neighborhood, don't go there. Okay, that's not a good place to go to. Now the Americans, the white people, will always convince them that you don't want anything to do with those white people. You know, you're special because, and I'm not even gonna put this on white people. Maybe we can put this on our own family, right?
my mother always said, don't hang out with those people, right? Those people being the people in the low-income community. She wants the best for me, but she only can conceptualize what is evil and what's not evil, right? Like in the sense of like,